let me, I digressed for a second. I asked about birthdays. Ray nailed it. I do it to stay in touch with people. But I've just gotten in the habit of every time I meet somebody, professionally or socially, I just say month the day you were born. So that's why I average between 30 and 35 birthdays or anniversaries every single day. Does it make me any money? Yeah, it does. In 2007, I met a fellow in Birmingham, Alabama. He was from Japan. He was Japanese. The company he worked for owned 3 stores in the United States, a Mazda store in Birmingham, a Toyota store in Gastonia, North Carolina, and a Mazda store in Middletown, New York. So I did some training for him. Well, the way this company worked, they rotated their people, they'd spend a couple years in the U.S., then back in Japan. So he left in 2009. So I haven't seen the guy since 2009. But every year, I wished him happy birthday. About 4 weeks ago, I got a phone call through Facebook, which I'd never gotten a phone call through Facebook before. And it was this fellow. And he said, "Steve, do you remember me?" I said, "Well, sure I do." He goes, "Look, we have the Toyota distributorship in blank country. I'll tell you the country in a second." He goes, "And he said, would you consider coming to blank country to train for our Toyota dealers?" I said, "I don't know about that." I said, "I'm going to have to look into it." So I did. The airplane ticket, $10,000. $10,000. With an airplane ticket. Yes.
Is that round trip?
Yes, it is a round trip. So I wrote him back, and I quoted him a number. This is for a 2-day seminar. I quoted him a number of $25,000 for a 2-day seminar. And he wrote back and said, "Let's do it."
Mm-hmm.
So in December, I'm going to Mongolia.
Mongolia? Wow.
Where's that?
Mongolia, I had to look it up. It's between China and Russia.
Yeah.
That's where the
Yeah,
Mongols were.
exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of monks in that
Genghis
area.
Khan.
Genghis Khan.
They
Yes.
sell cars. I thought they was
Mongolians.
Well, so I'm going to train for all the Toyota stores in Mongolia. But do you think that me wishing that son of a gun happy birthday every day for the last 12 years might have had something to do with him remembering who I was?
Definitely.
Everything to do with it.
Look, there's lots of people that train car salespeople, but he knew my name.
Mhm.
If you guys become enough people's favorite car salesperson when car sales comes up, whether it's at dinner, on the golf course, or wherever, and they know your name, you're going to get some business. Okay, it doesn't mean you're going to sell everybody that calls you and says, "Hey, I'm in the market for a car," because they might be looking for a Ford, they might be looking for a Maserati. It doesn't matter. But if they call you first, you get first shot. But we end up living in a 30-day world, okay? Ray, you've experienced this. Gordon, you've experienced this. I mean, we bust our ass in September, and September ends. And somewhere on the board, we lie, okay? We're either at the bottom, the top, or somewhere in between. But then come October 1, we start all over, don't we?
Amen.
Okay? Look, it's okay for an automobile dealership to run a financial statement on a 30-day basis. It's not okay for you to run your business on a 30-day basis. You have to have a longer-term outlook than that. You can't forget about them sons of guns you sold in September. Okay? Those people can be the source of additional sales for the rest of your life. You think the guy that made $459,000 last year selling cars sits around waiting for people to show up?
Maybe now.
No, he's got people coming to see him. All right, too many salespeople come to work to wait as opposed to come to work to work. All right, I mean the phone's more important today than it was when I got in the business. It was important back then. Now you've got social media. I was talking to a friend of mine who's a dealer in Birmingham, Alabama, Honda dealer. And he said, we're making more money than we've ever made. We're spending less money in advertising because my 2 sons, really get social media. They are all over social media. I mean, don't do this business the way people in the past have done it. Don't do it the way you were taught to do it. Don't do it the way I was taught to do it. Okay? I mean, can you make a living selling 8 or 9 cars a month? It's a miserable living, I can promise you that.
Especially in Florida.
Anywhere. All right? How much fun is this job? That depends on how much money you're making. If you're making good money, it's a blast. It's a great way to create a life, not just make a living. Okay, I've been doing this for 41 years. One brother's been doing it for probably 39 years. The other's already retired. All of us stumbled into the car business. We didn't mean to be. Nobody, how many of you grew up wanting to be a car salesman? Good Lord. Good for you. Good.
I grew up around the car business.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, most people don't grow up wanting to be a car salesman. I didn't.
Get an electronics engineering degree.
Yeah, I've got an MBA. I've got an MBA in finance. I was going to be a banker. Okay.
Secondary history.
Well, my undergraduate degree was history.
High school diploma.
Hey, does anybody care what our degrees are in this business?
sir.
Management doesn't care. Consumers don't care. When was the last time somebody said, "Hey, Hunter, what's your degree in?"